Y'all good? Yes. Yes. I'm just holding right up.
Okay, so when it comes to budgeting, we should ask yourself, how many accounts do I have? Because we need to know what am I working with. Some of the most common ones are checking and savings accounts, credit cards, loans, retirement, and investment accounts. So in addition to the ones listed, I would want us to consider secondary accounts. And what I mean by that are other accounts such as subscription services, so your Netflix, your HBO Max, your Spotify, your Amazon Prime. And I refer to these as secondary accounts because you do have to pay for them using one of these methods listed. So you would want to count those because it's one more or 10 more items that you have to split your attention with. So unless we know what we're actually working with, then it will prove difficult to overcome any and all difficulties standing in our way, trying to get our budget together. So on one of the handouts, there's a monthly budget so we can understand what's coming in and what's going out. So having a budget allows us to have a snapshot of what monies are coming in and out of our lives, and it affords us the opportunity to give each dollar a job. So this is just a sample budget that I filled out. So for expenses that occur quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, we can just simply break down those costs to what they amount to per month. So for example, your water, your sewer bill, or your property tax payments, whatever that amount is for the quarter, just divide it by 3, and that's how much you would budget for each month. Auto insurance payments, usually there's 6 months. So you take that amount, divide by 6, that's how much you set aside each month. Similarly, homeowners or renters insurance can be divided by 12 to get the same effect. So this is also a handout, your expenses. Where is my money going? Where our expenses are going allows us to have a conscious awareness of what job our dollars are performing. We can say if they are performing above, at, or below expectations. Do we spend too much in a category? Just the right amount? Do we save somewhere? Practicing writing out our expenses grants us a map of where we are and where we can go now that we have actual facts of our spending habits. Next is our debt planner. Debt is a long term liability representing money owed. So in your debt planner, you would include loans, mortgages, even money you directly pay to medical providers such as the hospital or an ambulance service. Meanwhile, expenses are immediate costs incurred to generate revenue or maintain living standards. These include your rent and your utilities. So with debt, once we pay these debts off, we are completely done with them. Savings goals. The need for a savings account. A savings account gives your money a purpose. It keeps your funds flexible while letting them accrue interest and serves real financial needs. Such needs include an emergency cushion because life is unpredictable. A well funded savings account acts as a financial safety net. It also builds wealth. Even a modest interest rate helps your money grow over time. It produces smart money habits. Keeping funds separate reduces impulse spending and boosts financial discipline. It can also create financial freedom. It does not matter if it's a vacation, a gadget, or a down payment, savings help you reach goals faster. And with a savings account, you could begin to save for your future and start to build wealth. So, an emergency fund is used for urgent and unexpected expenses. You see a little key there? And unexpected. This medical emergency, even a broken furnace. The main goal of an emergency fund is protection. You should only dip into it for life's surprises. sinking fund is money you intentionally set aside for a specific goal or expense. Instead of paying for large costs all at once, you save a little each month so that the expense is manageable when it arrives. It's perfect for expected but occasional costs, such as vacations or annual insurance costs. And instead of putting everything on a credit card and making payments for months, you can actually save up and pay for things in cash, even the big stuff. You can choose to open separate savings accounts for your sinking fund. Just make sure the account does not have a minimum balance to maintain. You don't want monthly fees to chip away at your savings. In some credit unions, they call them supplemental savings accounts, and you can open more than one for different goals. So if you do the holidays, you can have an account for that. If you're saving for a car, you can have an account for that. You can check with different credit unions or your bank to see how many you're allowed to open as well. Some of us are piled in a mountain of debt. So some of these things include student loans, medical or hospital bills, or your mortgage. So listed here, there's two main methods to manage debt. They are the debt snowball method and the debt avalanche method. And depending on your personal goal and finances, there are different reasons to choose one over the other. So we'll take a look at each one. With the debt snowball method, you pay off your debt with the smallest balance first. Once that's paid, you roll the amount that was going toward that bill into the next smallest debt. So to be clear, you are still making all your minimum payments on all your other debt. The key is to add whatever extra money you can spare toward the amount with the smallest balance. So consider the debt snowball method if you're motivated by small wins. It's mindset over. This approach can provide the early satisfaction of seeing debts wiped out one. By going small and actually closing out loans, you gain the satisfaction to keep going. Next, the debt avalanche method eliminates your most expensive debts first, earning you returns on your money more quickly. It gives a framework for deciding which debt to prioritize. Compared with other debt pay down strategies, the debt avalanche method also has the potential to save you the most money on interest. So, for example, loans and credit cards, they generally collect interest on the principal balance that you borrow or on top of the credit card charges you've made. Taking on debt can end up being far more expensive than you initially planned due to compound interest. As interest is added to your debt, further charges are calculated based on the new larger total. So your minimum payment might not be enough to cover all the interest that's accumulated over time. So you feel like you're never going to get out of debt. So when you get rid of debts using the debt avalanche method, you stop the growth of compound interest and earn back the equivalent of the high interest rates you've been paying. So as a side note, if you look at your credit card statement, there should be a box to the right and it breaks it down. And it'll say if you pay the minimum amount, it will take this long to pay down debt and you'll pay this much in interest. And then below that, they'll give you a higher amount that if you pay that, it'll take you X amount of years to pay it off and how much interest you will save. So if that's something you haven't looked at, or if you get your statements electronically, definitely go in there and take a look for yourself and see what you're working with. So some of the resources you can use to help you get on track with the budget is debtfreecharts.com, Canva. So the handouts that you have, those are from Canva. You can use spreadsheets from Numbers or Excel, and if you have a Windows or a Mac. You need a budget as an adder that helps you keep track of your expenses as well. Nerd Wallet offers financial information as well. You can speak with a financial advisor. And you can always check out your local library for any resources they may have for you. Are there any questions? I've never taught it in high school. I know, I don't remember what year, but I know
She's gonna bring you a chair. Bring you right there and you can sit in the side. Yeah, just, she's gonna wait for the chair. Yeah, she's gonna wait for you.
one. I know at OutSchool, they have financial classes on there as well. So if for whatever reason school's not teaching it, outschool.com does offer.
I mean, it's easier for me to get one on one already.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, outschool.com. Yes, ma'am. This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, so for your debt, so the debt, you can write what the debt is. So we'll say the debt is a car, and the balance is $5,000, and your minimum payment, we'll say, is 100. So you will write the date that you make the payment, and you just subtract that to have the balance left, and then you just repeat the process until it runs to zero. It's the same thing. Yeah, both columns are the same. Mhm. Yes. So you have like a run-in balance until it gets to zero. Now, obviously, with a car payment, there's interest, so the new balance will be higher. But the point is, you do want to just keep track of where you are. Yes, ma'am. So these are just some examples. So some of these are already on your computer, depending on what you have. So these are pre-populated spreadsheets, and you'll have your paycheck and the additional income, the total income, and they will do the math for you. So for example, if they have it pre-filled for 1,500, your groceries, and then your total expenses are here, and there's your money left over, and then they just have a breakdown for you. So this is something, again, that's pre-populated in most computer systems. And then if you go to NerdWallet, for example, they also offer a basic spreadsheet. Yeah, this one is on the website on NerdWallet. So if you were to type in a search NerdWallet basic worksheet, this would come up. And they have other tabs. So this one, it says basic worksheet, college student, parent, homeowner, and senior worksheet, but they're all basically the same. So I just pre-filled some numbers in this one. So for example, up here where it says income remaining, $254. If you were using the debt snowball method, you could take a point on that and add it to your smallest balance to pay it off faster. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
It's like a PDF or something. You have to print it, scan it, or can you work in it?
You can print it out. If you simply just do it on the computer, when you make changes, it'll just auto-populate. So like if I were to go down to after tax salary, I can just update it. So say you get a raise, you can just update it. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. And then if you wanted to make copies of the same worksheet, so you have one every month, you can have a 12 for that. So you can see what you did each month. And, yes, you can bring up anything. Oh no, it'll still pop up. So for example, like I said, this one and these two, I just went on canva.com, just did a quick research, and these are the free ones you can print. So you can print as many as you need to keep track of your situations and your progress, really, and how well you're doing. Anyone else? Right. So this is another website that I mentioned, debtfreecharts.com. So they have a pack that includes things for, say, a birthday fund, a 3-month emergency fund, a savings goal, and they're just graphics that you can color in as you go along. So a lot of them have 100 squares, and you just break down whatever the amount is, divided by 100. On the bottom left, each square equals this amount, and then you just keep track until it's filled. Again, so you keep track of your progress. And if you need any of these resources, I can also help you, get them on your phone, email them to yourself, after the meeting, so you have them saved. Okay, any other questions or comments? Yes.
You're very good.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else?
What was the name of that one again?
Oh, debtfreecharts.com. So yes, right there, the top left corner. So there's tons and tons of charts, not just for financial. Some of them are just to help you meditate. Okay, just get some stress off. There's color sheets there too, so it's a great resource. Some of them are plants, okay, some of them are diamonds, so whatever suits your fancy, they have it. No, this is not an app, it's strictly a website. So if you do it on your phone or the computer, and you click download, it'll download onto directly your phone or your computer. So you would just open up a file and it'll say like debt-free charts, and you can click into it, and it'll have them all listed. So if you were to do to do it today, I could help you like walk through it too. Anyone else? Yeah. You can use that as well. That goes back to the sinking fund. Yeah. But yeah, so the envelopes, you can use that for the sinking fund. So if you want to have an envelope for a vacation, use the envelope for that, just write vacation on the front. Clothing, hobbies, even charity, that's what you could use the envelope for as well. Yes. So yeah, you can get different color envelopes, put them in a file, keep them all organized. Yep. As long as you get to the end goal. Yes, do not put a paper clip on it, staple it when it's done, move on to the next one. Don't touch it. Yes, ma'am. Anything else? I will thank you for your time. And again, if you have any questions, I'll be here at the end. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I'll be back with our keynote speaker.